We in the house.
Yeah, number 18.
Number 18.
And so we are located here at Underground Books.
2814 35th Street, Sacramento, California.
35th and Broadway.
Historic
Oak
Park.
And the phone number is 916
916
737-333
and another 3.
And another 3. So everybody, welcome. Put your hands together if you out there.
Come on, welcome.
All right. Live
Yes.
studio audience.
Yes, if I had an applaud sign, I would hold it up.
We're live.
All right.
So what's your name, man?
My name is Insa'a.
And I am Marichelle J. Brown.
And I'm Jerry Goss Simpson,
And I am Antonio, quote unquote, Tony Harvey.
quote unquote. Welcome.
And we'd like to welcome you to Black Talk Sacramento.
Yes. So I guess we're going to do our theme song.
Please.
We're going to try to.
Let me see two of my beats up. Doom, 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 doom.
Me.
Yeah, I got to get back into this. You know I missed last month, so
Dum, 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 dum.
the baritone is back.
Dum, dum, dum. Dum, 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 dum.
Black Talk Sacramento.
He said
Black Talk Sacramento.
Yeah.
Wait a
Yeah.
minute.
We at now.
Welcome to Black Talk Sacramento.
Yeah.
Lawrence, you'd add a little bit to you.
That's the remix.
Man.
Well, they messed me up.
We might want to bring some live drums and guitar here the next time. You're going to be singing
They
like
messed
that.
me up. They messed me up.
Yeah, man.
But
So what's happening?
All right. So what's happening? So we have a great show today.
Sure
Who do
do.
we have on the program today?
Well, since we're going to move it up, since this man is one of the busiest men in Sacramento
town.
area, Northern California.
In Northern
and I would
California.
say, and I don't care what nobody says, because a lot of people don't see him. Well, the black community sees him a lot, but I'm talking about
But
Sacramento
on a
as whole. Yeah.
Yes.
He's one of the hardest working men in journalism. I don't know how he does it. He take care of the business. He take care of his family.
And he
he
takes care of
us.
the community. Yes.
Okay, he's out and about. He's making things happen. He's a mover and he's a shaker. And I'm talking about the general manager of the Sacramento Observer newspaper, my boss, Larry Lee.
Larry Lee. Come on, Larry Lee.
Hey.
Welcome to the mic, brother.
So welcome.
Welcome.
Come on up and take your seat on
Take
the hot
a seat over here, Mr. Larry Lee. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Yes.
So how's it going? Welcome to Black Talk Sacramento, sir.
Thank you all for having me. I don't know, can you hear me okay?
We can
Yeah.
hear you very well.
Okay. That was an amazing introduction. Thank you, Mr. Harvey.
Thank you.
I appreciate that.
Yes.
Well,
you're
it's
very
all about
welcome.
making it
Must
happen.
be,
Man, it's straight from the heart.
Must be payday around here.
Hey,
Nah.
so tell us about what's happening at the Observer News today. What's going on?
Oh man, lots of stuff is going on. This is getting ready to be a big year for the Observer. I think we've been obviously serving the community for 53 years.
53.
53 years.
Okay.
And for many of the years, right around the corner. For about 25 years, right there on 44th Avenue.
You got it.
I spent many a days over here, the Guild, before it looked the way it looks.
You was born in the Observer.
I was born, raised. The funny story is that in 1973, the year I was born, the week that I was born,
1973?
1973.
I graduated high school. man.
You probably got socks older than me, but
Oh, God, yeah.
my dad, the founder of the Observer newspaper, Dr. William Lee, and my mom. The story is that the day I was born was the same day that we published one of our special editions, our School and Career Guide special edition, which was the first time we had published this publication, which had all this information about job recruitments and employers across the country, and the publication was about 200 pages.
Wow.
And my dad jokingly talked about how the paper weighed more than I did that same day. So if I wasn't born in the Observer was definitely born in me. That's for sure. So. But this is, this is an exciting time, a challenging time for newspapers. Obviously, the technology has changed the way people receive and news and information. But I think the Observer has always been on top of that, and as we continue to serve our community, we find more and more ways to do that. So I'm excited about some of the things we've got coming down the pike in 2016 and 17 and the years moving forward. So it's all good.
It's very good.
You know, of course, I don't want to talk about some of the breakthrough innovations that we've been talking about, Larry.
This is Tony Harvey, quote unquote Tony
Quote, unquote,
Harvey,
Tony.
who is also one of the people that help make the Observer News
Absolutely,
fly.
absolutely.
He's
Observer's
everywhere.
made me.
You see his way. He got wings, man.
I appreciate that, guys. You always had kind words to say and stuff. But like I said, Larry is the man behind the curtains, and he's the one who make things happen. And like I said, we've been talking about some of the things that we would like to do in the future, which we don't have to get all into details, but just tell us a little bit about how the Observer is going to change with that, because everything's moving fast here as far as technology.
Absolutely. Well, I think we've got a few things to look forward to. One of the things that we know we're gonna be doing this year is making sure that we launch some more digital products and services. One of those will be a mobile app this year. We're excited about that, developing that. It's a challenge, but it's something that we're definitely excited about doing. We'll also be doing. We will be doing a website redesign and some digital product redesigns as well too, that will encompass getting people to see more of the weekly content in the paper that is will make it more available in the digital space. The challenge that newspapers have had, and we are not alone. The Observer is not alone. I mean, this is
because print media took a big hit. With the internet.
Absolutely. And so the challenge that we had is that the model that newspapers had was tremendous. Obviously, we were writing, reporting, designing publications that were unique in their form. And then as the digital space began to evolve, we rushed to put our content out. And in essence, basically gave away our magic bullet, right? I mean, we started to retrain people and getting them to receive information for free. And unfortunately, ours is a costly business. At the end of the day, we have to pay reporters, photographers, we have to distribute the print product. And so that's a costly endeavor. So just having a website in and of itself, while we have been very successful with the website, we've had over 1 million visitors a month, we've had hundreds and thousands of unique visitors a month. The end result is trying to make sure we monetize that. And so there are definitely some things that we're going to be doing that will, as I call, and we call internally, kind of retraining our audience to appreciate the value of what it is that the Observer does week in and week out, and not just week in, week out, but every day.
Every day.
Are you talking about putting things behind a paywall? Or?
There will be some of that. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. I think there's going to be some content that's going to be free, but there will be definitely some things that, again, as I said, just making sure that folks have an understanding of the value. We're not trying to get rich off of
but you have to keep going. You have to
but
keep
we got to
going.
make sure that we continue. And the main thing is so we can do what we do better. And I think what we're really excited about is that we understand our role. And we know that if we don't do what we're supposed to do in an effective way, our community suffers.
Sure.
And so we want to make sure that we are a strong, powerful voice that can operate in a way, whether or not we have support from sponsors or whatever it might be, or advertisers. We want to make sure that let folks understand, hey, the Observer is going to be here, and we're going to speak up and speak out on behalf of our community.
Yeah, because right now it's very hard. It's almost like you have to keep pace because information is coming out.
It's coming out fast.
So fast. So it's not like you have time to actually go back and edit and then fact check and then do all this stuff that normal newspapers would have to do to actually make sure that the content is relevant and as factual as possible.
Sure.
But now it's like people are putting out content left and right, and it's almost like you putting out information after the information already came out, and
Right.
you're not breaking news anymore. It seems
Right.
like, yeah.
But one of the unique things about the Observer, I will say, we are able to publish things about the black community no one else
Right.
has or will touch. You know what I mean? It surprises me sometimes.
So is it an emphasis on investigative journalism, or
It's more so, as Antonio mentioned, you pick up the Observer each and every single week, and I'll be honest, you're not going to find the stories that are in the Observer anywhere else. And so while there are some stories, you talk about breaking news and that sort of stuff. Okay, we understand there's a space and piece of that.
Breaking news happens every second.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you can't do it.
But we want to make sure that we tell the full experience of our community, and as Antonio said, no one else is going to do that.
So with news and stuff moving as fast as it does, how do you choose what's the important story to write? What gives you? How do you choose that one story that you're going to print?
Well, I'll be honest. The real beauty of it is the fact that because we've been here for 53 years, right? And we have not just physically just been in a location, but we've been involved and engaged in our community. We know better than anybody really kind of the pulse of our community. And so, and oftentimes people come to us and say, hey, look, Larry, I don't know if you know about this, but this is coming up. Antonio and I, we and our staff, Genoa, everybody in our office is a news gatherer. And so we oftentimes are behind the scenes talking about stories throughout the week that might not necessarily end up in the pages that week, but we know that there's stories that we're going to do coming down the road.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So
what I like personally, I don't mean to cut you off, Larry. I can go to an event and there's four or five different things going on, and I might walk out of there with 3 stories. I'm not kidding. Right. So some of the time, when you do see me out at an event, I'm talking about the event that I'm initially attending,
But you're
someone else
also
makes
gathering stuff right there.
That's how we get it. So what Larry's saying is most of the content that we get comes from the community.
Sure.
And 90% of the time it's good to go.
Yeah.
It's good to go.
absolutely. So
I have. So have you ever said, which I've always fantasized with saying, stop the presses? You're like, stop the presses. Have you ever did that?
we've never had to say stop the presses. We
Okay.
have had to say, don't send that yet.
I hear that every week.
Yeah, because that's a fantasy.
On a Thursday night, late night, around 10 o'clock, everybody tired?
Let's say it like this: if we say stop the presses, one of 2 things happen. Either something really dramatic happened, and you can't go to press without making a change,
Right.
or there's a big mistake.
Okay.
And so you don't want the latter. That's for sure. You definitely don't want the mistake.
But how about has there ever been a time when there's been a story that when you're ready to go to press and you have to take that story out to put another story in?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Constantly.
The one that jumps out, and I know there's other examples, but the one that jumps out was I remember when Nelson Mandela passed away.
Okay.
I think he passed away on a Thursday, and that's the day that we go to press.
Yeah.
And so we had the front page. I mean, the paper was done. And we were getting ready to go to press, and then we found out that he passed. And in Observer fashion, we didn't want to just put a little story that Nelson Mandela passed, so we ended up doing a little 4-page special edition on Nelson Mandela.
Oh, wow.
So we knuckled
go
up.
back in.
Yeah,
Had to go back
and
in,
we put a very nice piece together in a matter of hours.
No sleep that day, huh? Y'all was
Well, there's not a lot of sleep.
It's what you do.
in your business, huh?
But it's
Larry got to
it's a
get up
labor
and
of love.
take his kids to school.
Is it satisfying? I mean, do you?
Oh
do
man,
you
this
get,
is
is
look,
it like a
this
reward?
this is a labor of love. Let me say it like this. I mean, this is our industry is not the industry that you get in to get rich. However, if you want to be fulfilled, if you want to feel rich that way, if you want to feel, I mean, I'll be honest. Each and every week, I am blown away when we publish something in the paper, and it happened a couple weeks ago where this lady came in and her daughter was featured in one of the stories, and she was in the office and she picked the paper and she grabbed the paper and she pointed to her daughter. She said, this is my baby right here.
Yeah.
And that you can't buy.
Well,
that.
I have to say,
that
since you're
community
here,
response, that community
Yeah, absolutely.
Since you're here,
Give and take.
I said I myself personally have to thank you for the many times that I've seen stories that the Observer have published about things I've done, and I mean,
There's more to come, too.
I mean, it's like it blows me away. So if thank you.
Oh no, no! I mean,
thank
it is, and I appreciate you saying that. The thank yous are priceless.
Yeah.
They really are. I mean, we can't. We people talk about us because to be honest, the Observer's history and our story and our legacy is so tremendous in a very short period of time. And I'm saying 53 years, but the black press is almost 200 years old, right? Sure. So, but if you're talking about 53 years of publishing and the fact that the Observer has been named the nation's best black newspaper 6 times.